we already have one comment, and that was that Andrew can be first. And yes, Andrew, you are first.
Yes, he is.
And I'm looking at this, and these are in such different order, the comments, because I was looking for this. And I have a box here because, once again, I've been dashed. But I'm not sure. Let's see. We have 7 people in watching. Howard, are you out there? Because if you're not out there, I have opened this. I'm not going to reveal it unless he's. Hey, Stephen, and and everybody. Ron is in the background. He's taking Ken's spot tonight since Ken is hanging out with his dad. His dad can't get out, so
There he goes. You've been dashed.
I've been dashed. And Dash says he's cheating. So this box showed
Lucky
up
number
again. This box showed up. Another thing from Howard. I have removed my address, by the way, but no, I just popped it open. Wasn't sure if it was for where it was coming from. Oh, thank you, Howard, and a like. And I love what he's bought me the past couple of times, because this time he got me a goofy, another goofy.
There you go.
Yes.
And
I
Pluto.
have. Yep, I have all the goofies. And Howard said, "Nah, Donnie, nah."
Well, don't laugh too long, Howard.
Yep. And
And look,
Ricardo's
Ricardo.
here. Welcome. So where we left off last time was I had just finished putting this together. And I can tell just looking at it, it could be a little bit of a challenge because I've got to kind of, without breaking this. Matter of fact, hang on a second. Let's zoom in. That should be good. But without breaking this, I have to kind of straighten it out a little bit and then twist it to where these are going to match up with holes. And that's irritating. Hang on. I have a fan blowing on me. It's blowing right on my head.
Are you tipping it well?
Yes. And since we are now down to 12 cents per kilowatt hour, I'm going to turn on my AC for a few minutes. It sucks. It's 86 in the shop. Because Ameren, in their infinite wisdom, set the price per kilowatt today at one point to 42.5 cents. That's insane.
That is crazy.
And I just marked
Guys
the
are
most
saying-
recent comment.
Yeah, I can't do that for you, bud.
Yep. Well, and
They're just saying hi back and forth. That's all that's going on right now. You know what I found with that, Buck, is when you do that railing is to turn those two forward-facing ones at 90 degrees and then bend them tabs down.
yeah, I'm trying to sand this little burr off here, and I hit the thing. I thought I broke it. Yeah, that.
Jody Siri says, "Howdy, Buckaroo. That's a mighty fine wagon you got there."
Thank you, Jody. And oh, by the way, and I'll mention this. I also mentioned it on Friday. I reached out to what was it? Starfleet Model Academy the other day, and I think that Wally might be coming back to modeling. I know he had some health issues, and so he stopped doing anything at all on his channel for a while. I'm hoping to get him back into modeling because he was a lot of fun to watch. So I've turned all of them down a little bit. Now let me take the scalpel and see how many of these bolts I can lose.
Howard said that's not as bad as 87 cents per cubic foot of natural gas. Hey, I can read tonight. Ooh.
Well, for us, Ameren doesn't sell natural gas or the propane by cubic foot. It sells it by therm. So, and in all actuality, unless it's really bitterly cold in the winter, we do pretty well. But $950 electric bill last month sucked out loud.
Holy cow!
Yeah, large house, and I think our windows are original, so hopefully upstairs at least. So hopefully it will get better. And I'm not sure how the insulation is in this room, because this room is. Well, I've said it before. I have 3 walls that are exposed to the outside. One wall I have a room above me, partially, but the rest of it is straight exposure to the outside. So it sucks out loud. And I noticed something. I wonder if the camera will pick this up. I noticed something on these when I first took them out. Let's see. Come on. These bolts actually have threads on them.
Yeah, I do.
That is really pretty cool in my book. So my plan is, and this is going to be probably the slowest work on this thing to date, but my plan is to put these bolts through on the top like it says. Or no, sorry, you bolt the bottom ones. I was about to screw it up. I'm going to put the bolt through. I don't want to glue it until it's it's in place for sure.
Clamp it.
Is Eric here?
Well,
I was thinking tape.
yeah, that works too. It's more than one way to skin that cat. Hey,
Yep.
Mr. Gordon showed up.
Hey, Gordon, welcome. Oh, and I haven't mentioned this before, or on any of the streams, I don't think. So this is a Model Expo kit, and I think it was you that mentioned on the stream that they came out with a second website.
Yes.
They're also selling quite a few of the kits they already had that they had on the first website for really, really decent prices.
Yeah, they got what they call the Model Expo Superstore. It's just just like their name, but they add the Superstore in the thing. Maybe
Yep.
you can see if I can find a copy. And I don't know. I thought I posted it in Discord. And
Yeah,
by the way, Todd stopped by. Hey, Todd. Hope everything is well out there.
Hey, Todd. Let's see. Howard said really paid for electric last night, $70, and he got 2 freezers. Yeah. But he also paid $312 towards his solar panels. We are considering solar. The only problem is I've heard about the surprise charges at the end of the year. And I'm not sure if they're every year or just the first year. But we are seriously considering solar. We looked at it in California, and California had because of medical machinery in the house, they had a rate that gave us the lowest rate, double the normal kilowatt hours. And so it actually would have cost me more money to go solar than it would have saved me. But now we're hitting the point where I think we're going to go solar. But of course, we can't go
on here. Oh, sorry, bud.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We can't go solar until we have a new roof on the house.
Todd said, and the solar companies keep going bankrupt. So much for your 15-year warranty.
I'll tell you what, if I will tell you right now, if they were to go bankrupt after I bought it, which means I don't have to pay, and I didn't have to pay them, I don't care about the 15-year warranty. And actually, most of them give you the ones that we've looked into, they give you about, I want to say it's a 20-year warranty, which is the life expectancy of the panels. As soon as your panels are going to start going bad, that's when you're no longer covered. Get in that hole. Of course, the other one up here is coming loose.
Well, 2 reasons I don't go solar here is, one, my house is oriented north-south, and my southern exposures is, guess what? Big oak trees from my neighbor.
We had one tree on the southern exposure that we cut down already. But we are surrounded by a lot of trees, and we get good sun all day long. Actually, our house is oriented east-west, so the southern exposure is not very big. But we have good sun all day long, and then in the afternoon and evening, starting at about probably 1 o'clock, we have trees that are covering up the entire house. That's why where we put the garden was not the brightest, because we put the garden in the shadow of the house.
Dave says, I don't know what surprises you're talking about. Mine puts back like -5 kilowatts to the power company on a nice sunny day, and I don't have to go out and wipe them off. What hurts me is not having them battery packs to hold up for the night time, which I would like to look into now that I got a building with a heated space for it. And Donnie's here.
Donnie's here.
Hey, other Don.
He said hi to Sayefin.
I see that. He's making updates. He wants to be king again.
Yep. Well, I've just heard about people getting hit by $1,000 bill at the end of the year. And actually, after this month, that wasn't that bad. But at the same time, like Todd said, the solar companies keep going broke.
Well, that says, well, Solar Edge is the one who is my solar panels. So I'm not familiar with any of these. The only thing I did with solar was working for GE and build the inverters for the solar farms.
Yeah. Well, what I love is that we actually have some of the providers here, because Illinois is odd in that, you know what, clamps, it's going to have to be clamps. These things keep popping out.
Listen to the old guy. And Donnie says, I don't need YouTube to tell me what I already know. It's good to be king.
Oh, is Donnie king now? Yay.
No, he's second place.
Ah, he tries harder.
Well, you know who's number one.
That would be the guy with the bucks.
He can always go nuclear.
Yep.
We love you, Howard.
We do, we do, we do. You make HTM very interesting to be in. We enjoy when you show up.
Yeah, just for that fact. Oh, Andrew's managed to get the shattered iPad digitized screen off and the LC out. Now clean it all up before it's wow. New digitizer screen.
Okay.
Donnie says, well, Howard started by cheating.
You can cheat too.
There you go. Just save your pennies for a couple weeks. They talk shit about me behind my back. I got money. Doesn't it buy? And it doesn't buy everything. Yeah, well, you got our respect. Don't worry about it.
You do it that. And some people may, I'm not confirming or denying, people may say things about you behind your back. I know that I don't, and I don't think Don ever does.
Nope. If I can't say it to your face, I ain't gonna say it behind your back.
Exactly.
I like that one. Howard, give me your bank account number so I can cheat. Other Don, there you go.
Exactly.
And sometimes when I don't say something about somebody, I'm biting my tongue so I don't say something. We won't go there.
That's the thing is I mean I think you've seen it in Discord. I don't hold my tongue. Ian and I had some very heated discussions this summer because I do not hold my tongue. Gives me indigestion.
Oh well. Dash says, actually, I just closed one of my bank accounts, and the guy wanted to know why I was closing. And I said, because I don't have ain't got no money going into it. What the hell do you think? Why would you hold your tongue? It's wet.
Maybe that's why.
I don't know about you. My freaking allergies kicked in heavy today.
Your what's getting heavy?
Sinuses.
Ah. Mine are actually finally clearing up.
I need to move to the desert.
Okay. So I figured out the best way to clamp it, and I'm not sure if that's how you did it or not. Come on, focus. What I did was I clamped the ends of the bolts as they stuck out.
There you go. That's one way to do it.
Well, the clamps weren't long enough to actually grab the hold it in place. Donnie says he likes other wet things.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to see if I can break a little bit. You know what a smart man would have done? A smart man would have gotten one of these out and figured out what size to put in there first.
Ooh, perplexed. What are you thinking about drilling?
Well, it says after you put the first one in, you put the first one in the bottom, and you see how they each have a second hole.
Yeah.
They say to drill that.
Oh, okay. They want you to pin it. It's been a while since I built that.
Yep. It's kind of like for you. I'm sure it's like when Alex says, "Yeah, what do I do on the rocket for this?" And I'm like, "I built that 5 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do the insurance What do the instructions tell you to do?"
Yeah. Ask the question and read the instructions and go from there.
Yep. It almost feels
I
like
ain't gonna make that. I gotta read that one.
I will. It's my channel. Stay away from the second hole. They don't like it.
Some do. All I got to say about that.
And that's all I got to say about that.
I thought you might start doing some of the damn suspension tonight, but that's okay. You're following the book, and I just grabbed something.
Yeah.
I don't follow the instructions. I just look at the pictures.
I look at the pictures
Well,
too, but I'm following the instructions simply because this is a little bit complicated. Compared to the trams that I build from Okri, this is a little bit complicated. And it feels almost like the metal that this is made out of is almost like, I don't know, solder.
Howard says, poor Alec, he must be at work or he must be tired and sleeping. I haven't seen him tonight yet. Maybe we better not say his name too quick, and he means he will, but he can get a little irritating. No comment.
Well, that's the thing. He's not allowed on this one because this is not the Woody Wednesday.
And Alex says, I'm already here, guys, and I'm at work.
Yep. See?
He's just waiting to strike. And Donnie says, maybe Keith Stripper does. And I think he's referring to his previous comment.
There is that. And the previous stream.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got those two in place. Let me show you. Got those two bolts in place there. So what I'm going to do is put a drop of super glue on there. Make Todd barf.
You know what I think about doing is glue your nuts on. Put the nuts on and then glue it. Because you're going to paint everything black anyway.
I'm kicking it. That sounds almost like a good idea.
Only because if you put the super glue on, you may have trouble putting the nuts on it.
There is that.
I'm starting to think I'm going to have problems since I super glued all the U-joints in that. But I was starting to say before the stream, they want you to paint the axle, all the suspension red, and then the nuts black. Well, if everything else is red, why not paint the nuts red?
Donnie says, no, never glue your nuts. Donnie, have you tried it? Don't knock it until you try it.
There you go. And Howard said, oh, you'll have to just say his name one time, not like 3 times with Ian or Jordan.
Yeah, but with Ian on the Wednesday stream or this one, you can say his name all you want.
Yeah, because he ain't going to show.
Nope. Ian's afraid of wood. He likes to say he doesn't like wood. I think he's afraid of it.
not to be afraid of. What's good?
Yep. And I realized as I was making the second cut that I was out of screen. That's part of the reason I started using this mat, because then I know where I'm at in relation to the camera. Donnie said he thinks he'll pass on that one because he's glued his fingers together and that was bad enough.
Oh, yeah. That's why I hate that shit.
Yep.
Goes everywhere.
And I did, before the stream, change the 3 blades out that I'm going to be using tonight. This is a brand new scalpel blade. And so it's cutting well. Let go. This is where it's not going to work worth a crap. Maybe. I did put the holes in here, but all it did was move the rubber gasket material aside when I put the drill through it.
So it didn't cut a hole through it.
It put a hole in it, but it didn't take the center out completely. However, I think that's going to work well. Maybe.
I just walked over and I opened to look at mine. A lot of mine are already punched out.
Nice. It actually is pushed down on there correctly. And it's holding itself in place. They're not falling off.
See? The old guy's got brainium.
Sometimes. You're not that much older than me.
No, sometimes I feel it in the morning, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, it's like they said, like Indiana Jones said, it's not the years, it's the mileage.
Yeah.
Howard says now he's working on his smoothbore just so we know he's going to mess it up.
I'm hoping tomorrow I might start doing some of that. I did some stuff today, but I got a lot of touch up to do on it, and it might appear tomorrow.
And Alex said 2.5 hours of work left, then he can do more work on the rocket. I was looking at the smoothbore. It's funny. The other day it was on sale for $79, and now the sale they've got going on now, I think they dropped it to $49.
I was going to say, I think they were listed today at $49.
Yep. I'm thinking about it.
Oh. You fixing to buy one?
Thinking about buying it, but I'm like you. I have more wood kits than I know what to do with. I have 2 6-foot tables that they're under the entire table.
That's why I'm trying to get some of this backlog shit that's been sitting around, this little stuff, get it done. I'll get back on these boats.
Well, that's actually why I started the Tuesday stream, doing mainly just wood on Tuesday, to give me a chance to get those ones that I've got, wooden ones I've got now, done. But I don't know how long I'm going to hold off before I do the Calypso, because the Calypso became a Grail ship or Grail kit for me.
Yeah, it's a nice kit, but again, like I said, I just got too many kits.
Yeah.
So what do you think of stage number pack number 4 for the Constitution.
For the which one?
No, the Agora one.
Pack 2
Have you
does
looked at
not
that
look.
yet?
Pack 2 or pack 4?
4.
4?
Yeah.
4.
Got the gun for-
I'm actually excited to do 4. I started pack 3 today,
Okay.
and 4 I'm looking forward to because there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they didn't move to the stern, but they got to cut them gun ports, so I was kind of wondering how they were going to do it. Wouldn't necessarily be the way I did it, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. So,
We all get there somehow.
that's it. I don't know any way to do it.
Oh, look at that. That one went. These ones went in so much easier. Nice. Should bring this back over. Howard says he was going to buy the other one that they had too. And Donnie says, I have more wood kits than I know what to do with. I have 3 of them. Well, that's because Donnie, when you've got too many kits in your stash, you've got like 4 kits.
It's got about room for about 4 kits.
Howard says he's got all his sitting there, not ready to build yet, and that we just missed you, Donnie. Not sure what he means by that. Could it be that Donnie's going to get dashed again?
Uh-oh. He's going to give him a victory.
Oof. Oh, speaking of things like that, did you see that they have actually announced the Orca for pre-order?
Yep, won't buy it.
I will. Well, I won't. You're right. I won't buy it. But I did send Claire an email this morning saying, yeah, by the way, I am really interested in doing this, and here are my stats on the Constitution. Because this Constitution, one of my videos has 800 views on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
I when Todd mentioned it on Discord this morning, I stated why, and that was 1, it's not wood. 2, it's not wood. 3, well, all the ships and submarines that have, of the partworks have the gaps in the panels, and it stands out like a sore thumb to me, and it would just drive this guy even crazier.
Well, I was going to say that the third reason was going to be that it's not wood. It was kind of funny. I watched Wayne's stream. I watched the replay of Wayne's stream this morning because I wasn't up when he did it. I saw it on my phone and didn't realize he was live streaming. But when I saw that what he was looking at, and everybody's looking at, I'm like, it's AI generated. It's not even CAD drawings. It's what we think it's going to look like. It's not a prototype yet.
Howard said, yeah, I'm ashamed Buck didn't get you started. Or Dawn, they are the ones, oh, that jumped on me, trying to get everyone involved. And other Dawn says, wait, Dawn, I thought you were naming reasons not to build it. And Tony just jumped on. And it's all right, other Dawn. I knew what you meant. How many days till Wonderfest? We need official countdown from Andrew. See everybody again.
Sorry, Don, not Dom.
Hey, we call
Speaking of,
worse.
well, speaking of which, I've been working on that victory section, and I got just to the point. I'm about to put that door on to the room in the hold that I built.
Right.
I can't find the door. And it's little bitty. It's only like, I don't know, an inch tall. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have to scratch build that.
That's what has bars in it, doesn't it?
Those are wooden bars.
Oh, okay.
You just take a really small dowel that is provided and you drill the hole. Or not to drill the hole, but you cut it and then glue it in there.
Yeah, I got to get back on my Constitution one. I'm going to have to break down and get myself a small idget lathe because the lathe I have is probably too big. Which isn't a
Yeah.
big lathe, but I have a lathe. But to
Well,
cut something that small,
I haven't used it yet, but the one that I picked up on Amazon, I think, is really pretty good because it will drop down in RPMs to like 1.
Hmm.
It's an upgrade to one that they sell quite a bit. The biggest thing about the upgrade is it adds a rheostat to the power supply so that you can actually control how fast it goes. These are going a lot better than I expected.
oh wait. Howard says, I'm not building because everyone assumes I'm building everything. I got too many I need to get parts for first. Damn, I'm tired of this 6 and 7 kids waiting for parts to finish them all off.
Yep, I fully understand that. That's also part of the reason I'm slowly getting out of the part work game.
Well, I'm going to, again, I've told everyone before, I'm not getting out of them, but I'm buying full kits only.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'll go. So I got the full Falcon sitting here.
That's a good build.
Yeah. I kicked around buying the extra parts, them 3D Falcon parts. That's what's kind of stopping me from starting, but I don't, that's a lot of money. You start going down that rabbit hole. I think I'll
If
let
you
Ian. I think
yeah,
I'll let Ian do it.
if you go for the whole thing he's got, it is. The only thing I got on mine was I got Gus's engine upgrade. That's well worth it. And then Gus didn't do it at the time. I've got the landing lights.
I think Howard needs to have a spreadsheet, all his builds and what he's waiting on. That would drive me
Yeah.
nuts trying to keep track of it.
It's funny you say that because you know how I keep track of all of mine.
Spreadsheet.
Of course.
Other Don says, you're not building everything, Howard, but what you're not building is your stash on a pallet. Howard says, I might do it later.
I don't think Howard's doing the Lancaster either.
No.
other than the fact that I would have
Oh,
a
okay.
model that is too big to put anywhere, I would like to do Lancaster.
Well, Howard says I might do it later, but I might do the SAS, which is the Jeep later too, but waiting on just one stage while having all the rest is crap.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
well,
no feeling.
think about
And
Ian.
then with the, yeah.
Ian's had that the Ecto waiting on one stage for a year.
Yeah. Same thing with Jordan with his
Yep.
kit.
I actually got in touch with me today about more info for the Batmobile, which is really cool. I'm really happy about that.
Howard says, actually, Donnie, I'm having a hard time trying to find the damn parts. I'm looking for a pack for G1 Optimus Prime. Damn it. Yeah,
I had
I don't.
I had that same problem at one point. I had so much going on that I had reboxed them and I reboxed them again and I could never find what I was looking for.
Well, what I did is I bought totes, and like my DB5s in one tote. I can look to my right, and I have a rolling rack, and it has all the Millennium Falcons, and I have them numbered the boxes, so I know exactly where they're at. But yeah, I can see where especially like Howard with all them in that on them pallets.
Yep.
Stephen Hayden says he's doing the Lancaster.
Very
And
cool.
Howard said, I'm waiting on the same damn parts as Ian for his Ecto. You haven't even gotten to the lights or the light bars yet. Yeah, that sucks. I
Yeah.
really wanted to do that one too. Now I'm glad I did.
Well, and it's like Todd said that they probably are never going to offer that one again. They just they picked it up. They picked up a bunch of stuff from Eagle Moss. They did that one simply because they wanted to get it finished for everyone. Any tips on keeping the braces straight? Because Alex asking about the Constitution because he's planning on starting it. Just yeah, here these.
Yeah,
My problem is
anything square you can cut, like I did with my when I started that one ship, the
yeah.
long arm longboat. I just grabbed a board and cut some long, square little wood stock. As long as you're keeping it square to the base, ends of the
Well,
wood square, it's going to stay square to the hull.
and the ribs, I have no problem with the ribs. The ribs, for the most part, they might be a little bit off here and there, but that's because of the way we're building it. Other than rib five, I screwed up on, and there's no undoing the screw up on it. So the only thing I can do is press on, and when it comes time, sand bits and pieces out of that rib so that it works. Howard says the pallets we are talking about are just Lego sets and plastic models, not any part works.
Okay, he has an organization. He has a method
Oh
to
yeah.
his madness.
Oh yeah. When I've moved it a fair share, well, not a fair share, I'd say about a quarter of the kits are now down here in the display room. All the wooden kits are down here. And the plastic ones that were in here are now in the display room underneath the tables. Just makes it easier because then I don't have to go upstairs to get a kit. If I decide to do something like, oh, I don't know, I feel an eagle coming on soon. I did the 14-inch one and had a blast with it. I've not yet done one of the 22 inchers. I really want to do one of them. It was funny the other day. I went over, I happened to look at the eagle that I'd done, and I was like, holy crap, that thing looks fantastic. Did I do that? You ever do that? Go and look at a kit that you knew you finished it. You're like, yeah. But then you can't go back to it months later and go, holy crap, I did a good job on that thing.
Yep. But most of my finished ones are all the cars. I think I've got 8 finished cars. I think Goldfinger's 9. I still got the Lamborghini, which I need to get back on since I've shifted to wood. Need to get back on that. And I got another plastic one sitting there taunting me. Actually, 2. But I just got some spare parts for one. Now I got to get some decals. Have you had a chance to look at John's iconic, how he's building this Constitution?
I have. I've seen pictures from the web or the video descriptions. I haven't actually looked at it. It looks like he's doing the rib completely before he puts it onto the spar.
Yeah, he is. He's actually putting the when he builds the frames, he's actually putting that cross member in, the lower cross member in, and he's actually sanding everything down and finishing it, and then he's also only leaving 5 every 5th leg on. It's interesting how he's doing it, but again, he's at a whole nother level than us.
Yep.
He's an excellent builder.
Donnie said, "How about a Viper in a landing bay?" I'll do that. I'm looking forward to that. Alex said, "Let me be specific. I mean the ones that go between each frame connecting to the other one." The only thing I can say about that is work slowly, and they do look like they're straight. And then you come back and you look at them, you're like, oh.
I've seen people making jigs too.
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing about that is rib 5 is where everything screws up. The rest of them look good, and you really need something like this if you're not going to make a jig. Either that one or, better yet, where is it? Where is it? Better yet, one like that to make them square.
Square's square. Andrew said they lost one of my Chinese screws. How about that? He found it on the floor. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And yes, other Dawn. Actually, one of the first posts I ever did was my Alfa Romero, the old classic.
And what have you done with Dawn? I like
that. Yes, I started out building plastic cars and part works before I got known for doing wood, which I've been doing all along.
Well, and what's funny is I don't do that much wood, but everybody thinks I do everything wood.
Oh, well.
Okay, let's see. What's it say next? After you do that, square nuts. Locate the two cast sheet springs and use the cast hold. Very carefully drill 3/64.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fake it. The other dog. You started with plastic? What went wrong? I got tired of pain. Then I buy the part where he's going, I'm gonna super detail it. And you know what happens? I don't. I put it together.
Yeah, well, it's amazing the things that Todd does. But my one question I always have to ask myself when I start to think maybe I'll do that, the thing that always pops into my head is why? Why would you do that?
Yeah. I ought to break out the Alpha or get the Lamborghini going. I know the Lamborghini is just doing some detail painting to move on. The damn lettering on the damn engine cover. I keep redoing it. But I'm going to try some markers. See if that does it. Painting is the best part. Not when you don't have a very steady hand, my friend.
Nope. And Alec, I will say that's a definite maybe. I will tell you though that well, like I'm doing roughly half-hour long videos for the Constitution. That half-hour video is 8 to 10 hours of work because you do things off screen, you let them dry, you do something else. It takes a long time, and that's because it's not longer than it is simply because I have that little circular saw. So I cut all those braces on that, and then I sand them to fit. Where is it? Where is it? Where did I put it? There it is. The thing to remember is,
How's your springs on there, by the way? Are they fully formed? Those seat springs.
kind of.
They look kind of flimsy.
They look really flimsy. This one looks bad.
Yeah, that's why I added some wood into mine. Just loaded some pieces of wood in to give it a little ways. I just thought I'd throw that out.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to cut these loose, and then I'm going to figure out what they're talking about with drilling and all that.
Well, they want you to drill it so you can put the damn screws through it.
Yeah. Which you said that you just cut the heads off and put them on. Yeah. That sounds like the smart way to do it.
And you could take the bolts and take the bolt that you cut off and drill the hole from the other side and stick it up through there, and then you can stick the nut on it. I'm smart.
You are smart. SMRT.
I'm just lazy.
Okay. It says 8 holes in the 2 springs, but you don't. That does not make any sense at all. Unless they're talking about 8 holes total.
8 holes total.
Okay. You know, it's funny.
2 for the bottom. Then actually, there's supposed to be ones from the wooden braces too.
Well, what's funny is I'm looking at this, and you're talking about the using a piece of wood. It's got a piece of wood there in the picture.
Huh. Does it really?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell's that?
That is Murphy, and that's
Oh, okay.
actually a lot better than he was.
Or pop.
He was in really rough shape before. But he would do that for not more than like 6 hours straight. Hello, Murph. He's down underneath my desk saying, "Dad, I'm here."
Okay.
Murphy, Donnie, we think might have the beginnings of congestive heart failure, which is what we had to put we had to put Donnie down for. No, we had to put Charlie down for. Sorry, Donnie, we're gonna have to put you down.
Oh, Steven's leaving. Night, Steven. Thanks for
All right,
stopping
Steven.
by.
But no, we found some over-the-counter, kind of like antibiotic stuff for Murphy. That is got him a lot better than he was. Okay, so they're crazy. That's crazy talk.
Hmm. Well, the problem with drilling the holes is you got to be parallel. You know what I mean? If you're not, then you're going to drill through the damn metal and it's going to be off center. That's why I say, frickin' just cut the head off, glue it on. You
Well,
know?
what I'm thinking, I know what you're saying. What I'm thinking, because they do have these lines on here to show you where to drill.
Yep.
And I've played this game a time or two. What I'm going to do is drill through the wood. Actually, that's even better, because the bolt head comes through. Just looking. Okay, so the bolt head comes through there. Oh, I see what you're saying too. The bolt doesn't actually go all the way through this piece, the wood piece. That is a hell of an idea, just gluing them on there.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yep. So not following their instructions, yeah. Their suggestions, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember what size goes through the goes from the seat into the? Never mind, I can see it right here, just based on the distance. Nope, not that one. Of course, I put that box behind me. Did you use, on yours, do you remember when you're attaching the brace underneath the seat, did you use the shortest ones or the next up?
Oh, I think it depends. They've got two different sizes according to the data. Well, actually, three different sizes.
Yep. And that's what I'm looking at. These, I don't think are long enough to go through the through this brace piece here and up to the
Right.
seat.
Yeah, like I said, I'm even thinking of leaving mine off.
Cut one of these loose.
Yeah, it's funny. They say, "Ah, yeah, drill it." Okay, well, get a drill bit in there to drill it.
All right. So Donnie says, sorry to hear that. Hope he gets better. Actually, if it is congestive heart failure, they don't get better. They just live with it until life is not worth living for them anymore.
Oh, they're
Donnie
suffering
said,
too
I
much.
thought it was Buckstream. It's that one, Buck, over there. No, the other one. I think Donnie's trying to get into first place. Okay, so let me cut one of these off and just see. Nope, not with a scalpel. Scalpel's not going to work for that. Oh, and he says, no, I gave up on that. So if I push this through here, like this, that's a tiny, tiny, tiny bolt. If I can get my finger out of the way. We put this on here. That is exactly it. It's just long enough that it would actually catch the square nut. And Jody just asked Donnie if he made any cookies yet.
You're gonna make me think about cookies again.
And for anybody who was not on Donnie's stream yet, or it was not on Donnie's stream yesterday, Jody emailed Donnie a cookie. He came up with a 3D design for a cookie to be 3D printed and sent it to Donnie.
He posted it on Discord so that everybody could print it.
Yep. Except me. I don't have a printer. I don't want a printer. These look like.
No, it says this clear resin is wow. It looks clearer than water. And Andrew's reporting that he has tested his full locking everything down and it works. So he's made a successful repair on his iPad. Well done.
Very nice.
Other Don says he has not printed a cookie yet. He's printing your stuff.
I appreciate that.
Other Don says, you want a printer, Buck. Join the dark side. We have cookies now. That's
I
funny.
honestly don't, because I don't think I would ever use it.
I don't use mine much. I haven't used mine in 6 months. I even moved it out in the garage so it wouldn't poison me.
And that's exactly why I don't really think I want one, because I wouldn't use it. I've got too much else going on. Not really impressed with these sanding strips that Barbados Rex said they're so cool. You should buy some on
Yeah,
Amazon Day, on Prime Day. So I did.
I think I only bought 2 items. I bought that cheaper hairbrush and some cheaper nippers. That's the key word, is cheaper.
Yes. Well, as far as nippers, I bought these about a year ago, at least, maybe a year and a half. And I love them. I keep using them. Donnie says he agrees with me. He hasn't used his in like 30 seconds at least.
Well, he's definitely getting his money's worth out of it.
Oh yeah.
That was a great gift the guys got him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Howard picked up the lion's share of it.
Yes. Yes, he does.
As he does. So let me. Wow, this wood glue is overexcited. It's reacting with really well already. It's sticking down pretty hard.
Nice.
I'll be right back. I keep hearing something outside.
Jody says, I had a hard time getting the file. It wouldn't download. I had to try 3 times. Turns out I had to allow cookies. Good one. I have both printers going right now.
Not sure what Marley was doing, but I could hear it bouncing against the house.
What, the dog's playing handball?
Yeah. Well, it sounded like a dog was locked in somewhere. So I went to look, and I'm like, no. So I looked outside. Oh, wait. Hang on, Eric. It's right there.
Yeah, you missed it. He was clamping earlier.
Let's see. Had a hard time getting that file. Wouldn't download. And I tried 3 times. Turns out I had to allow cookies.
Yeah, I read that while you were gone. That's a good one.
Might have both printers going right now. Don't know how I'll ever repay you. Print cookies, Donnie. Print lots of cookies.
There you go.
Jody said it's a trap. Don't go outside. And then Eric said, I've been slacking. Not a clamp in sight. No, there were lots of clamps. I clamped onto little bolts.
You're a clamping fool.
Now, I'm not sure what Marley was doing outside. Maybe trying to eat a squirrel. They do that. Actually,
you're not at it.
we have had a dead squirrel in the house that Apollo brought in one time.
Presents. They call her cat.
No, it's a dog. He's a crazy dog. But
I'm saying, don't cats bring in presents?
they do.
Yeah,
We just don't know how on earth he caught a squirrel. Although there was one day that I went outside. I don't remember exactly why I went outside, but the neighbors behind us were like, I think I was going out to mow the yard or something, and Apollo had a trash panda trapped in a tree. And for those of you that don't know, a trash pot panda is a
Rocky raccoon.
Yep. Eric says you clamped your little bolt. Sounds kinky. And Donnie said, "Well, he does model naked." And Andrew is 2 for 2 on drop screws on the floor.
What's dropping screws?
Yeah.
You mean he might be a good carpenter?
And Alex is asking if Jody is going to stream after me tonight, because if not, he might. Okay. No, Donnie, when you find a screw on the carpet that you dropped on the floor, that's lucky. When you find a screw that you've dropped onto yellow shag carpet like I have, that's phenomenal. No, Eric. It's not super gluing your balls to your chair. It's super gluing your nuts together. We were talking about that earlier. Jody said, "Did you know that pandas are part of the raccoon genus?"
Yep.
Oh yeah, and Andrew said, "Don't see him set up in StreamYard yet, so I doubt he can stream, as he used up all his stream time on the free version." And there are discussions regarding that as well going on. Come on. Turn. Probably doing this the hard way, but I'm good at that. What I'm doing is I just I glued the first support to the bottom of the bench, and then just drilled one of the holes. A smart man would stop messing around and use the pin vise that's sitting right here. I do have to say, this pin vise at the November or October Amazon Prime days, Barbados Rex recommended, and I was like, yeah. It would keep, that's just wrong. Eric said it would keep my old ass from falling off my chair again, though. That was before I had carpet. I won't fall anymore because the chair can't roll away. That's the problem, is the chair was like, I'm done with this shit, and was trying to escape.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, they're even almost in the right spot. Look at me go.
I think you know what you're doing.
I didn't say that. Just because they're almost in the right spot doesn't mean I know what I'm doing.
Do it fine. Do better than me.
Alex said, Tommy said that's why they both wear masks. Alex said, in that case, I'll be on sometime after 9 p.m. Arizona time, continuing his rocket. And I think by that time, I will probably be asleep.
Oh, I'm going to guarantee you, I'll be out.
Come on, get through there.
Get in your hole.
It's your home. Don't you want to go home?
Has anybody watched Happy Gilmore 2 yet?
Not yet. I haven't watched it, and I've kind of gotten the vibe of it's not worth watching.
Okay. Just curious.
Okay, let's try it from this side because it's not wanting to go through. It's like, I mean, Adam Sandler has done some decent movies here recently, but most of his movies, it's like, why?
He's saying he's mailing it in, huh?
Jody said, I'm just a fan tonight, trying different paint for jobs for the 7D. Alex said he'll also be streaming tomorrow in the afternoon before his gym session. Jody said, sounds good. I'll check it out. Sorry, I yawned. I'm putting myself to sleep. I'm so boring, I'm putting myself to sleep. What the hell?
Have you done any more work on the wheels?
No, I haven't. Just kind of set them off to the side. To be honest, I have not done anything on this off screen. Kind of the same as I ended up doing the cable car. I tend to whatever I work on Tuesday, I tend to make that everything on screen or on the stream, just so that I don't know, because I'm weird. Especially the wood.
Go
ahead.
I was gonna say I've just been basically the smooth border and the wagon. You know, I've been doing the suspension. I got the front suspension almost done on it. Oh.
Well, I realized I'm not getting as much as I would expect. I expected I would get done right after I retired. But I've realized the reason that is it's too hot to be down here a lot of the time. And Andre and I spend, oh, I would have to say more time than we've spent in the last 30 years together, because I have the opportunity. She'll be upstairs playing a game, and so I'll go up and play as well. Or she started watching this show called Bad Cop, Good Cop, or Good Cop, Bad Cop. I don't know. Remember? Brand new show, 8 episodes, really funny. Well, did you watch Big Bang Theory at all?
Nope.
All right. So you don't know who Sheldon Cooper is, then, I'm guessing.
Oh, I know who he is, yeah, but I just didn't watch it. I think I tried watching it once or twice and just didn't hook me.
Imagine that character as a cop, as a detective. Because there's 2 detectives, they're brother and sister. He's one of them. And to me, it's just what they did was they said, okay, Sheldon Cooper's not on the air. Let's do a cop that is like Sheldon Cooper would be. Just has a huge superiority complex, thinks he's smarter than everybody, and gets proven wrong a lot. Jody says he can't disagree with me on Adam Sandler, that he's never been much of a fan. I liked Adam Sandler in the 80s, in the 90s. He was good at one point in time. He's a one-trick pony. He does the same thing every time. And you can only watch so much Man-Child before it gets boring. So instead of fighting with these, I am just going to glue them right on top where these bolts come through, instead of trying to put the metal through it. They made Sheldon Cooper cop show a long time ago. It was called Monk. That's what Eric said. And of course, after 8 episodes, they ended it on a cliffhanger. But, it was funny because when we got to the end of it, I looked to see if it had been picked up for a second season, and it got mixed results. So I don't know if it's even been picked up for a second season. If it's not, it's going to be irritating, but not really, because you know that something weird is going to happen. It's just an overall weird show. It is funny, some of these instructions where they're like, be very careful when doing this. Why? Is it going to make that much of a difference? This little bitty piece that you're not even going to see unless you go looking for it?
Well, that's it. Like I said about earlier about not even putting those nuts on. It's like, oh, well, who's going to notice? But you'll know they're there.
Exactly. And Donnie will know they're there because he's watching.
Yeah. He probably still wants the lights in it.
I have kicked around an idea of how to put lights in this.
Mm.
But the only place you could really put lights in it wouldn't make sense, because why would they have the lights inside only and not on the outside? So on these, I am going to fake the nuts on here.
Mm.
Yeah, fake nuts. Well, I already cut the longer bolts, so I'm going to use those. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably just cut the end of the bolt off, the threaded end, once it's in place, and glue the nut on top of it.
There you go.
And of course, I'm going to use my really expensive $15 nippers for that.
Right. What? No God hands? That the first time you chip them, you start crying?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. For me, those ones I showed earlier in the purple case, those are the equivalent, my equivalent of God hands. Those are as much as I plan on ever spending for a set of nips. So Donnie said, wait, did you say you had fake nuts? And Eric said, gluing nuts again. Somebody's got to glue their nuts around here. Nobody else is doing it.
Other Dawn said, same. I use the Micromark nippers. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Well, these, the last time I bought these, I bought 6 of them for like $15. You know, if I can get them that cheap, I don't care if they don't last very long.
I bought a decent pair, but like I say, I bought them steady ones, I think, during the Amazon Prime days.
Yeah, which the steady are just like the Ruitil. They really are.
Just looking at that good one, like there's already a nick in that one.
Eric says USA Gundam or New Type have 20 to 30% off sales, and you can get God hands cheap that way. They still cost $30 that way. Jody says, I use whatever sharp thing is closest to my hand.
That's because Jody is so resourceful.
He is.
He could look at a bottle cap and figure he could use it to make something out of it. That's just pure genius to me. That creativity, I wish I had it.
Jody, if he was on Gilligan's Island, would be the professor.
I wouldn't argue that point at all.
But I don't think he would be the professor, just the professor. I think he would be two professors. Okay. So, can you tell which side? Can you tell which side has the bolts underneath it and which doesn't?
Yeah. Which one's alive, or the other one, or is it memorized?
Exactly.
Jody says IP would be Professor Gilligan.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see that. Matter of fact, the ones that have the bolt actually under it don't sit level.
Yeah, it's a problem. The glue comes out. I think I still haven't put mine on. I may do what you just did. Just cut the heads off.
Yeah. Well, actually, what I did was I glued them on. I glued them on here. The wood parts on here, and then just drilled straight down through. Eric says his general purpose ones are $14 God hands. The single blades are just for fine work. And Andrew has successfully salvaged an iPad. Great job, Andrew.
I have to call him Dr. Andrew.
Wait for it.
Well done.
Wait a minute. Does that? That does, doesn't it? Very clever.
Oh, you noticed the holes in the base, huh?
I did, and I'm like, why wouldn't I do the exact same thing? Instead of trying to drill those holes out, glue it the exact same way I just did. Drill those holes, and then just glue the spring between them and oh, I see why. Okay. Oh, look at that. Wow. You know, if I actually looked at the pictures, I would have seen that it had the measurements on there for me.
You mean if I'd have read the manual?
Even worse, I read the pictures. Not the words. I've been reading the words, not the pictures. There's a reason why I read the pictures and not the words. Let me see something. If I set this in here like this. Okay. Trying to dry fit this together, and it just doesn't want to play nice. I did notice the instructions do say, make sure that the square bolts on the spring are to the inside. I mean, it was like the instructions kind of said it like, this is really important. You have to do this or the whole model will be ruined.
Oh yeah.
Would you stand up and be nice? Be right. Those springs are huge. The seat springs, comparatively speaking. Oh, look at that. I'm off camera. Look at me go. Hang on. I can fix that. There.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the ticket.
Eric said picture books are hard, and Donnie said a smart man would have looked at the pictures. And all I have to say to that, Donnie, is I'm not a smart man, but I know what models are. Okay. Set that on there. That on there. Now, I don't think, especially if I paint that black, that those bolt heads are going to matter a damn in there.
That's kind of way I'm thinking too.
Yeah. And where they have their brace just does not line up. Once I turn this around, is that going to make that much of a difference? I don't think so. Okay. So I will do the same thing I did with the braces on the bottom of the seat, but I'm not going to fight that hard with the springs. You pick your battles. Seat springs were the suspension on that thing. They were, but there's also more springs underneath, Donnie.
Yep.
I know what models are too. I like the red-headed ones. Thinking about placing my order using my free pack points tonight, and once I finish my rocket, I'll buy the additional base for it too. What additional base for the rocket? Model Expo doesn't sell bases. At least they didn't used to. Did they start selling bases? Did I miss something?
We used to sell just the long boards, you know, and the mounts for that. I think they still do.
I know that Oakry sells bases. I like the bases from Oakry.
Oh, is it the rocket on Oak Creek yet?
Nope. Rocket's Model Expo. Or no, you're right. Rocket is an Oakry kit.
Man.
But that's a whole lot of base for a little bitty model. because the bases that Oakry sells are the same as the one I've got for the
Yes.
for the cable car. They're that big. That's going to leave that much. This much space here is going to be completely empty if you put the rocket on there. But I think the train bases actually have gravel on them instead. Okay, he did say it's the one that looks like the railroad tracks in the rock bed. And then he says, meant the Oakry. My bad, and I'll get the additional car too. The only problem with that is there is no additional car for the rocket. It's not the rocket. Hang on, to the Google, or actually to the Oakry. Actually, let me see. I'm trying to copy Donnie's link and it's not working. But I know which one he's looking at. I have that one as well. All products, train kits. Yeah, the Adler. The Adler has 3 coaches that you can hook up to it. And of course, the link works for you. You're in YouTube. Hang on. Let me go to my YouTube channel, listen to myself talk, and go, I sound like that. Oh, yeah, I'm on my own channel, so it's not going to show up in my list of things that... You know how hard it is to watch your own stuff on YouTube?
Easy. Don't put anything on YouTube.
Okay, so let's see what Donnie was talking about. Oh, yeah, that base. Okay. Holy crap. Wow. That base that I showed, and it works for me as well. That base that I showed was $25 when I bought it. The base is now, that the short one for the small train is $50. They've gotten so expensive. You know, it's probably you're getting charged tariffs too.
Yep.
I can understand the tariffs. I just don't have to like them. I just looked at this thing and I'm like, I hope I'm putting this on the right holes. Welcome to inflation. Oh, it's beyond inflation. The
inflation hasn't kicked in yet.
Yeah, the trams used to cost $45. And now they're running over 200. Where did I put that? I hate it when I move something and then I can't find it, and I know it's right in front of me. Something. Oh, there. I put stuff on top of it.
Sabatucci.
Oh, I know. I know exactly what he's trying to do, and I know that how many people are not going to accept factory jobs. The problem is these days, the younger generation doesn't want to accept factory jobs, but they want to be paid $30 an hour for working at McDonald's.
Here's the problem with that theory about bringing back the factory jobs. As someone who grew up in the 70s and 80s and watched the factories all leave because, well, if we get rid of the unions, we'll bring the jobs back.
Yeah.
And then it was, if we get rid of the health care and you pay part of it, we'll bring the jobs back. Get rid of the pensions, we'll bring the. I've heard this song and dance before. The reason the jobs left is they don't want to pay the wages that they used to pay in the factories. They're not going to be paying people $20 and $30 an hour when they can pay somebody 50 cents an hour to do the same job. It's not going to happen. It's a pipe dream. Apple is not going to move their production from wherever they're making them now to the United States because they can't afford to pay for all this stuff. I don't care, they're talking about getting rid of all this stuff, all the rules and regulations, that we got to get rid of that. That'll bring the job. No, it's not going to bring the jobs back. As long as you have companies and corporations that want to make massive profits, they aren't going to move jobs back. Sorry, that's my opinion.
You're sticking to it?
Yeah, I'm sticking to it.
Oh, yeah. Well, and Donnie says he sees it every day at Nissan. They walk in, they watch the line for about an hour and say, nope, I ain't doing that.
Nope. It's not an easy job. I did it for a while too.
I've done a lot of difficult jobs in my life. But what the people don't realize, what the younger people don't realize is that they're starting to now with the whole I want $15 an hour minimum wage, and then when you get your $15 an hour minimum wage, all the prices go up so that $15 an hour minimum wage does not help you a damn bit. Because everything that you were buying, wanting to be able to buy then, has now doubled and tripled in price.
Well, the part of the problem is that, and that is because wages have not kept up with inflation.
No.
We all know that, and you get to a point where you can't keep paying somebody $7.20 an hour, which is the minimum, or $7.40 an hour here in Pennsylvania, and expect anyone to live on it. So what do you want? Do you want to pay them $7.50 an hour and then you pay for their health care and their food and their everything else? So at least if you're paying them somewhat of a decent wage, and I'm not saying $15 an hour, but if you're paying them something, then that's more money they can contribute to their own living, and getting by.
But see, that's the problem. Is that's not what they want. They want you to pay
No, I know.
$15 an hour and free health care.
Right.
The only problem with that is that there is no such thing as free. Somebody's
No,
paying
no
for it.
such a, that's exactly it. And that was the other thing about traveling. You know, I'd been in some of these other little towns down south, and there is no jobs. Yeah, I mean, if you're not working for the hospital or the local government, they're on welfare because all their plants and all their businesses went overseas.
Yep.
So unless you're bringing that all back, which again ain't gonna happen, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't have an answer. It's not an easy one.
Nope.
Yeah, I can see that, Donnie. Nissan offered a buyout a few months ago. So far, they've only had 3% done, letting the people that took it up go because you can't get anyone new hires. Yeah, I can believe that. But there's the also thing is now because of the economics of families, you know, because I know when I was a kid, hell, I was a family. There were 7 of us in my family. Nowadays, people are lucky to have one kid. You know, they're it's getting to the point that you don't see the big families anymore because people can't afford to have families. They're all working 2 and 3 jobs just to get by,
Yep.
to keep that Mercedes Benz in their driveway that they really didn't need.
That's the other problem too. Too many people want to buy things that they can't afford. I mean, and the sad part is parents, some of the parents perpetuate it.
Oh yeah, they give them everything.
Well, not just that, but excuse me. I was 23, 24 years old in Germany when I bought my first car. And, you know, it was one of these things if I had needed a car over there because I was married and was going to live off base. I lived in the States on the bus system. And Andrea has said to me that they can't work with, that, you know, you can't live without a car. Why not? I did. Yeah, that's it
I like.
exactly.
Yep. Yeah, we're a bunch of old guys telling these younger guys what they should do in their lives, but you know, a lot of them, you know, in
Well,
30s or older, 40s, 50s.
here's the funny thing though. Those kids that think that they should earn enough money living to live on bagging groceries at Kroger, what happens is as they cause the cost of living to go up, us old guys who've retired and don't need $30 an hour, we just need a small supplement. We take those jobs and then those kids can't get them. Andrew's absolutely right. Increasing minimum wage across the board has never lifted anyone out of poverty. However, individual companies or organizations choosing to prioritize employees' well-being with good wages and benefits and good working environments being supported by employers in terms of their workplace environment.
Yeah, that'd
Both
be
in,
great, Andrew, but that's not happening anymore. The companies are driven by one thing, and that's profits. You know,
yeah,
I'm seeing it more and more. The company I retired from got bought out by an investment group. The first thing they did was cut away all the bonuses, cut back on the bonuses, cut back on travel, cut back on the yearly party. And the first thing is they wanted the profits. Well, the company had, prior to I retiring, had the best year ever in the company's history. And then the year after, they had the second best year. But yet that's not good enough.
Nope.
Now, again, it's about profits. Everything is about profits, especially here in the States. I don't know how it is up in Canada, but it is not good.
No.
You know, you look at a guy like Jeff Bezos who goes out and decides he doesn't like his wife anymore, and he loses half of his fortune. And I think at the time it was maybe 80 billion dollars, or he gave away $80 billion. Do you know how long it took him to make that $80 billion back? Less than a year. Did his employees benefit from that, all that extra money? No, he took all the toys and put them in his own toy box. That's the problem with this country right now. They overvalue management. I worked for Motorola for 5.5 years, and at the time they came out with a thing. It came out with a global phone network that they said was going to revolutionize cellular communication. They spent over $6 billion. You know what it did? It tanked. We lost so much money. They ended up selling off bits and pieces, and that's how I lost my job. They sent my job to Mexico. But you know what they did at the same time? While we weren't getting any profits and we were losing money left over hand over foot, they gave the guy that ran the company into the ground all the money in the world. And another prime example is look at Boeing. They had that idiot come a lot with that new plane. All he did was kill a few hundred people. Damn near bankrupt the company. The company lost money, and as they fired him, they gave him like $80 billion to go out the door because he screwed up the company. That's what's wrong. At least here in the States. I'm venting. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. I agree with you. I considered private sector after I retired from the Air Force, and then I said, no, I don't think so.
And Andrew, you're right. There are people and companies that do treat their people very, very well and value their employees. But the business model nowadays isn't that way. And
no.
And I would say that's a rare exception. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Maybe it's just my experience that I've gone through. You know.
Okay, this one's not playing nice, so I'm going to just cut the head off and glue it on there.
There you go.
Cut the head off the snake.
Very true, Andrew. I would agree 100%. And ask the people in St. Louis who lost their plant that used to be right by the airport.
Yep. Well, airline industry is never one to look at for how the world is doing, because airlines never make a profit. They're not designed to make a profit. The heck did I do with it? It's gone. Damn it.
It's right over there.
Exactly. I cut it off, I set it down here, and then I moved things around, and it's gone. I didn't put it in this little cup like I should have. That's okay. I will just grab one from here and lose it too. Get back on there. That is not working very well. This time I'm going to keep a hold of it. Keep it in my fingers. Of course, you know, as soon as I get this glued on here, the other one's going to pop up.
Oh, Natch.
It's going to be like, were you looking for me? I was right here the whole time. Ah! And it glued to me instead. Wait, we haven't done it all night. Using Zip Kicker again.
There you go.
I'm looking for it. Everything is in different order.
He's reprioritized that.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Got a few things done. Got further than I expected to, actually. Got a few things not done. That's okay.
Progress was made.
Oh, lots of progress. I actually did not figure I would get this far on this bench. So all I have left to do on the bench is to glue these springs in between the bench and the mounting point. And looking at it, in case you decide to try and do it before, if you decide to do work it this way, same way I am. But if you do it before next stream, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it on here first, because these are going to act, the spring is actually going to end up all the way back to against the back of the wall here, the back wall.
Or mine's already put together.
Oh, never mind then.
Other than the bolts, and I'm kicking around whether I'm putting the bolts and nuts on it. I mean, to me, it's not a deal breaker.
If it's all okay, it's already put together, but not in the.
No, it's not in the. It's not on the base.
Okay, I was going to say if it was put together, and already on there, I wouldn't even worry about the bolts. And you are absolutely right, Andrew. Buck's fixing. Buck's fixing to call it a day. Got a lot done. I mean, I like the way I'm working this here because those are in place now. Not my fault you took a day off, Donnie. Go to work tomorrow.
Print something.
So those are in place. Those are in place. And all I got to do is figure out how to make sure that everything lines up well enough. I mean,
my only concern for you right now is, are the springs going to be able to go on it?
Oh, the springs are going to work really well, because if you look at this, that's actually, the wood pieces are sitting together. So I'll glue the springs to the bottom of the seat.
Yeah, but I mean, the springs extend past the edge of the back, right? You may or not. Have you tried that?
I know that. The springs do extend back past here, but these are in the right spot. They're sitting on top of the holes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a question.
Oh, yeah. Andrew says he wishes he could have gotten model work done tonight. Instead, he had to fix an iPad. Still,
you did a fine job at that.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, this is coming along. Let's see, what is the next thing I've been looking forward to, that next thing that up is putting on
Oh,
the.
you're going to do the lettering. Okay. You just don't want to do that suspension.
No, I'm going to do the suspension when I get to the suspension, because I have more than one wagon in the lineup, and I'm thinking I might be done with these little square nuts, because they're a royal pain in the butt. And you know, when you paint everything black or red or what have you, you're not going to see them anyway.
Yeah. That's kind of my thinking too.
Let's see. Hey, look at that! I told you I'd find it.
Yeah, see.
Donnie says Buck knows what he's doing. Don, at least he tells us he does. I hope I does. I fake it. I am the first one to admit I fake a lot of this stuff. But no, it's coming along. I am enjoying this a lot. I mean, I liked it when I got it. I like it now. With it being black, it gets dusty. Let's see. Where's my mouse? There it is. Alex says he'll be on in about an hour. He also says, night, Don. See you guys tomorrow for Woody Wednesday. You won't see them, but I'll know they're there. And fake it till you make it.
That's right.
Exactly. So thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you're watching on the rerun, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And actually, if you're watching the rerun, stop by on a Tuesday and, you know, join in on the comments. We welcome all. We also welcome everybody to HTM. And currently, we have at least one stream per night on every night of the week going on HTM. Tomorrow, we will have the Woody Wednesday, which is a group of us getting together and just building wood models. Thursday night, we'll have Jordan on. I believe he'll be working on his Lego Slave 1. Friday, we have our regular Friday evening stream starting at 9 Eastern. Saturday, we have Andrew on, starting again at 9 Eastern, I believe. Sunday at 4 Eastern, we start the group stream. Yeah, they even welcome me. We have the group stream on Sunday starting at 4 Eastern, and then Donnie will start at 7, usually around 7 Eastern. Or no, sorry, Donnie usually starts at 9 Eastern for his mini painting on.
Off every time.
Huh?
He throws you off every time.
It does, but he does mini painting on Monday, and I think I got everything. We hit our 300.
Well, you and Keith today. Remember
Yeah,
Keith?
That's right. I got to talk about Keith. Keith streamed before I did. He is doing the Kronos One. He's building that up for Wonderfest, and he asked me if we could do the double stream on Tuesdays, and I think that is a great thing. So, like I said, we have entertainment for your model viewing pleasure every night of the week. With that, I am going to say, Don, do you have anything you want to say?
No, it was fun. I'm glad I filled in for Keith tonight. You know, whenever you need me, buddy, I'll help you.
I appreciate it. With that, I am going to say, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and we will see you in the next video or stream.